Take a look out there in that field. Very nice deer. Sitting about 200-300 yards in. Hi guys, Josh. I'm doing a late day check today. I had other things pop up I had to take care of. That is literally the only difference today and what we have been doing is timing. I try to time it about middle of the day. Fortunately, today is going to be more right at the end of the day. Right up there, right down in there is where we flushed last time we walked this. But truthfully, would not shock me if something popped up. We just gotta be watching here carefully. Again, all we're trying to do here is just be good stewards. What I'm thinking now that this is about the hour and a half before end of the season normally would be for the day. So I mean, it's getting to the point where deer are going to start moving and stirring. So this is very easily time I could see a lot of stuff getting flushed out real fast. So alright, looking back on cameras last couple of weeks, we definitely have had movement. I've talked to a couple bow hunters that come out and hunt this. They definitely have seen a lot of movement, but the cold has not been steady enough to keep them out. So we're pushing a little different time frame. But at the same time, if we don't get cold here, they're talking snow chance next weekend, right after Thanksgiving. But if we don't get that, it might be a long deer hunt. So who knows? Who knows what we're seeing? And you can't see it. Usually we're out here between noon and 2, and it's 4:15 now. So, I mean, you can see the darkness is already creeping in pretty quick. But it's just, it's easy. Straight out ahead. Just flushed one as we're walking. And he went down that creek line, down that tree line, in there, into that creek. Very nice. Very nice doe pop-up. I'm just gonna sit out here for a second. See if he'll pop open. But this is down on the south side of my little pasture that I've always said was a major runway. Now that's 2, one driving in, and now one I popped up here as I'm walking in. So, I mean, definitely starting to see more and more movement. I think, personally, we had EHD and chronic wasting go through here the last 3-4 years really hard. Absolutely murdered numbers. I think we're finally starting to see a rebound of it. Starting to see a rebound of good numbers. Good deer. Other than that, where am I going? I don't. Other than that, news, 2 kids, 18-year-old, 17-year-old, caught poaching, south side of the county. I know they racked up a ton of fines, and the one kid is still facing trial for poaching, and I can't remember what else, but there's 2 charges. The one guy, the older of the 2, had to face that the younger kid didn't. And as much as I want to say let him go, prosecute him, set the example, play by the rules. Because if I remember right, because I just looked at it brief this morning, I didn't look real hard. But if I remember right, the one charge one of the kids is facing is, I can't remember, but it is subject to like a $10,000 fine, confiscation of weaponry, and loss of hunting privileges. And truthfully, I hope they take everything from them. not to be a dick, but you're gonna play games and try to skirt around the law. Fuck it, when you get caught, throw the goddamn book at you. But yeah, 2 trail cams. We're doing a quick run today. We're trying to blitz through this before it gets too dark, because I want to check something. I push early, late. If that's gonna make a difference. I just had something snort as I walked by, so it wouldn't shock me a bit if deer popped its head out back there, or a hunter. But all we're trying to do today is just power through this quick. Saw another, like I said, I saw a second vehicle here, which I'll show you. Pickup over here is mine. There's another pickup right there. That's the other hunters. So we're just trying to be good. Try to use the space together and not piss off either. God, that's why I'm not even smoking right now. I honestly probably won't smoke the whole way through. Just listen. I seriously think right on the backside of this hill here, there's a big old bed area. I know that. I think there's quite a few of them sitting down in there. What we're looking at is right there. Just see on the backside here how much of this is laid down, how much it has all setting down. Would shock me that there isn't something setting back there. This is usually about the time a lot of deer like to pop back out just as it's getting dark-ish. I mean, for their eyes, they can see just fine. But for human eyes, you're starting to notice that darkness creep in. One thing you'll notice, I'm not using any light. I am literally, everything I record is natural light unless I mark it differently. And I will tell you when I mark it differently. But, so as you can tell, it's later. Checking out trail cams, and hunter that was parked up here ended up walking right into him. And I was very apologetic. Nothing I did was technically wrong at all. But at the same time, it was against kind of my general code. So, apologize. We ended up bullshitting for a good 20 minutes, half hour. He'd seen 4 or 5. He was laughing. He saw my trail cam get licked by a deer. Literally, deer decided to treat it as a salt block. So I know that camera's set good. Other than that, yeah, not a whole lot today, guys. Weather's finally cooling down around here. We're getting out of the 60s. I think today's high only hit low to mid 40s. So, I mean, technically a little cool, but doesn't hurt my feelings, because hopefully that's actually going to push some of these deer a little bit. But while we're out here, all we're doing, we're still watching. I'll put it this way. Yes, I have my pistol on me with the light on it. If I have to pull it, it's a last resort, but it is always an option. But what I want to do is head back south just a minute or two. Now that it's getting dark, and this is usually when the deer really start to pop. But now it would not surprise me at all if we ended up popping out 2 or 3 deer along the way. And yeah, you can tell. I mean, it's getting twilight fast. Just walking here, I don't see it. Literally straight out. Right on the other side here. I think he's a little buck. I'm gonna try and give him some room. If he decides to charge, we do have our pistol ready. There he goes. There he goes. But I mean, that's how quick they'll come out once this darkness hits. Once this darkness starts to roll in, they really roll through fast. That's no shit moment. Fully admit that's no shit moment. That was one I was not expecting. Okay, Iowa law says gun shooting hours are half hour before to half hour after. I believe, I have to double check that. If that's the case, he would have been a dead deer. He would have been a very, very, very dead deer. There's that other gentleman that we flushed, just leaving. But This is what I said. This is where it can be very, very fun just to be out in these woods for a little bit. Just sitting and watching these angles. I was going to say, you'll see with that one, I wasn't even really paying attention as he walked up. He literally flushed me. What I think actually was happening was he was right there on the wood line, and just happened to pop out as we popped out. It's dark enough, I can't tell what he is for sure. Just what I could see, I think he was a little bitty buck. But you never really know for sure. Very, very easily could have been a nice sized doe. But, yeah, very easily could have been the little buck that Wes and I, the other hunter I flushed, or that I walked in on, that I walked up to, and that he was sitting by my camera, however you want to phrase it. I think Wes bailed a little early. And I think if he would have stayed a half hour, he would have seen that nice one. But it's all about time constraints, guys. We all are working men and women. We do a lot of this as we can. But that also means there's going to be days we miss shit because we have to pull out early and don't get in till late. That's right, most all of us try to take some vacation time that are fairly dedicated hunters. But now, good kid, Wes. Like I said, we sat and talked for probably a good half hour. It's getting dark. I don't know how much of this rant you're going to end up seeing and how much of this is just going to end up being cutting room floor. I'll have to look, see if I can color correct some of it, or if it's just going to be kind of a voiceover episode. About the third time I've seen a little light flash over that way. Not really sure what the hell it was. But no, this is why when you're out here hunting, you have to be diligent. When you're out here walking, especially during hunting season, you have to be very, very cognizant. That's why a lot of Saturdays, if I come out during this push when I know rut's on hard, I don't try to wear the earbuds. There's days I do, there's days I don't. A lot of it just depends what the parking lot looks like. But yeah, very successful look-see, see what was out here. How the hell are we gonna get them back in? So with all that, boys and girls, I think I'm gonna let you go home, edit this, get this up, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, just so you guys can get a comparison, I came out, it was 4:15, 4:30, somewhere in that general area. It is now 5:30, just in an hour and a half, it got dark. The only light you're seeing is my truck light. And a little bit of my headlights. But it is very, very dark out here, and it gets very, very dark very, very fast this time of year. So I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Be safe, guys.